Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me in a few minutes, I'll tell you when, and tell them like it is. So much to talk about this week. Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope everyone had one hell of a good week this week. I know it's been a really good week for us creators, us content creators. And I couldn't think of any better way than to start it off with, this is what's going to happen if you don't change things this time, this election. You know, everybody says this election is the pivotal one, this one is the pivotal one. But yeah, if we keep going the way that we're going, this will be the last pivotal one, and then there won't be any more. I have a feeling. Just my opinion. Welcome to the show. You're up already. Blue-Eyed Devil or Psy, how are you? Russian Bot, Mr. Tizo. Okay, waiting for others to show up on the other platforms. I am coming to you live on YouTube, Odysee, and Rumble. As soon as I get some more work done on this computer, I should be able to start coming to you in from pill.net as well. I'm very slow about this stuff, but I like to be methodical and I like to have all my ducks in a row. I'm also wondering if I shouldn't get bigger monitors, because right now, the two monitors that I have are stuffed so much full of shit that I actually still end up missing some people's comments and things like that. So what can I tell you? Let's see. Everything's going well over here on Rumble. Everything seems to be working. I don't see any 5x5s, but I don't see any not 5x5s. Let's see. Mr. Tizo. Every election is on the pivotal one. Yeah, but they saying it over and over and over and over again. In fact, I feel like we live in I literally feel like we're living in a bunch of glitches in the Matrix. I really do. Because I guess I'm old enough to have heard all of this stuff before, and just being an Xer and of the generation that just doesn't really give a F. So, what can I tell you? Mr. Tizo, thank you, 5x5. Every election is slightly more important than the one before, so every given election is the most important election ever. Yeah, I guess you could say that too, because there's no going back on the other, there's not going backwards and like changing any of the other ones, really, so. Hell, not even the illegitimate ones, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Let's see. That would do, but I don't think it would fit on my desk there, Sai. Russian Bot, welcome. 4-day weekend. Woot! Yes, happy Memorial Day. I probably should have done something more to honor the veterans, but actually I think that getting our government back in line and back in order can probably be one of the best things that could happen to our poor veterans, as they're being kicked out of their places of reside, I guess you could say, for the time being, or whatever it was, for people that are entering our country under the guise of, I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Open borders. And I've been hearing that both sides have been open. Both the North and the South have been open somehow or another. I'm not sure how Canada's allowing that, but they must be getting to them somehow up there. They won't let us up there from down here, but they're letting everybody in up there to come down here. That sucks. Wall mounted. Actually, behind I have a giant shelf with supplies and books. So no wall mounting at the moment. I'd have to move the entire thing. Plus, when I actually get the studio set up like I want it to, like I absolutely want it to, after I get all the desks and all the information, blah, 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 all the stuff I'm saving up for to get a better thing, it's all going to be on desks anyway. So, Big Fat Paulie! I love it! Big Fat Paulie is in the house. Welcome to the show. 40 inches is a really good side. I don't really know. I've got a double setup here that my son gave me, and once I started adding platforms, it's getting to the point it's not big enough anymore. In fact, I've got a little teeny weeny space now for when I open the phone lines. But I'm not going to do that quite yet. Pastor Chatelet, welcome, and thank you for the library coin. Keep Polly. Russian bot. 120-inch laser projector. Winning. Yeah, winning. My old man loves lasers. He used to do them when they were popular. He used to do the planetarium type shows, stuff like that. People would hire him to advertise for them too at like the fairs and festivals. Get up on one of those, have a fair festival, usually by the river where a lot of the warehouses and stuff like that were and everything. You go into these places and so he could project things onto the walls of these places and advertise for like the bands and whatever was going on. It was pretty cool. Okay, all right. Let me do my plugs out here. 451 Actual. In fact, I don't know. I don't think he's announced this yet, but I'm planning on hopefully doing a hostile takeover with him on Monday morning sometime. I'm hoping that'll work out. I've got most of it worked out. I'm gonna have to send it to him on Saturday after I finish the finishing touches. They have me working on Friday night this time, so I'm having to switch shit up, get things done. That's hard to do sometimes. You put yourself on a schedule and then all of a sudden you have to switch days with it. Whew. All right. Of course, he's got the Big Dick Energy Radio Brigade right here on Odysee, and I believe also on Rumble, pill.net, and I think he live feeds on Twitter too, as far as that goes. Yes. Lurking into a hostile token. Okay, good. On Monday? Laura was looking at doing that. He's not doing it on Monday, is he? Actually, I got in contact with him because this is the one Monday in a bunch of days or weeks or months or whatever it is that I don't actually have to go to rehearsal on Monday, and I know it's Memorial Day, so lots of people will be listening. I'm not going to tell you what my theme is going to be, though. You guys will have to wait until Monday to figure that out or to see it. I think you'll enjoy it, though, because I did, and if you're my age, you will. But I will tell you one little hint. It's all metal. All right. And of course, Pastor Chatelet, my main mod over here on Odysee. Appreciate you being here. Red Dawn Radio, DJ Brandrack, The Drunken Rocky, Raynoth, DJ Based, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, America Floats, Tom over there at America Floats. I hope he sent y'all over here when he was done. 2 Minutes to Midnight, Magical Trevor, Reverend Rant, some guy from Maine, and of course Rougarou, Not Me B, and Town. And I did mention Raynoth. Yes, I did. Okay, and of course don't forget the Drunken Rocky after this, with the White Pill Experience from what is it? Is it gonna be 10 Eastern until he passes out? Is it? Are you guys still doing that? I'm so tired after my show. And of course tonight I'm gonna have to rest up and start getting ready for tomorrow night's live show away from the keyboard. So okay. And like I say, of course, Not Me B, Town, and Rougarou with the Pure Blood TV guide. I know also too that 451 actually goes over the schedule with you guys on his show as well. I don't quite go that far. You guys know where it is and what you want to see. Of course, I am going to remind you that if you get bored or you don't know what to watch, or if your favorite's not on at the moment, you can always go to the guide and discover someone else. And just because they're not live at that time doesn't mean you can't go to their channel, because a lot of their well, I know I always upload videos, and of course everything that I do live gets uploaded after and saved on the channel afterwards too. So you can watch me anytime, which also means that you can support me anytime as well. You guys know the drill. I've got the PayPal, and I've got for the diehards, I've got Ko-Fi, which you can actually do a monthly subscription to. Sorry, I don't have any exclusive material right now. But who knows, if I keep getting more and more support from here, which everything comes from you guys, I'm not going to take on sponsors at this moment. I got enough to keep track of as it is. Not to mention the fact that I don't know if I'll ever get any sponsors. I'm like Rosanna and like Elon claims to be. I don't really care if these people want to pay me for my audiences and whatnot like that, but there's no restrictions on my speech. I won't take any, instruction. You want me to do something? Yeah, that's fine. Want me to use your product? Because actually, that's another thing too. I'm one of those types of people. I'm not gonna recommend something to you if I don't use it myself, or if I don't like it, or if, So I'm just not that kind of person. I don't have the conscience to do that. But yeah, like I say, any of these people on here, and of course me, all my links are below. You can also scan on my Cash App there. There's also a membership and tipping on, or donating on Odysee and on Rumble. So yes, please support the channel. You guys know what to do. And of course, support all these other people. And the best thing you can do to support me is help me grow by sharing me. I just tweeted myself. Somebody can retweet me. Somebody can tweet this if you don't mind. Get it out there so that people can call in, etc., etc. Let's get the 1A going, and there's so much to talk about and so many things to really think about and worry about right now that they're dumping all kinds of stuff on top of us. Tab my next show. I don't have any place for my next show yet. Are you talking about somebody else? Oh, Rocky. Hello, Rocky. American Dream. Welcome to the show. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Just yell at me. Sparky. Ree. And of course to all my salty friends out there. What am I doing here? 1 second. Let me see something here. I'm still making sure everything's working, because Pastor Chatelet will tell you I had a little bit of a panic this morning. My Windows decided to update last night, finally, after I think those little dots come up, and I think they wait about a month before they finally force me to fucking update. So I did that, and of course the first thing that always disappears is my microphone. Badass Brad Allen, welcome. Hey, I like that. That's you, dude. That's you. Ooh, raw. Are you gonna... Are those gonna be some body modifications for you there? I hope not. Although, you're an adult. You can do whatever you want. Just as long as I don't have to pay for them. I don't know about your fellow people up in Canada either. Would they appreciate that? Okay, where was I? There we go. Okay, everything's working. Yay! All right, and now for the moment you all been waiting for. Talking about they're calling it there's several things that they're calling this this fiasco. And actually all it was some technical difficulties. Of course, Desantis is saying, "Oh, it was such a big deal that we broke the internet." Nah, it just meant that whoever was engineering it, whoever set it up and everything like that, didn't expect a whole lot of people, so they didn't put enough bandwidth to it and all that other stuff. In fact, it started, we were sitting there listening, and it was dead air and dead air and dead air on Spaces. Spaces? Yeah, Twitter Spaces, whatever it is. Listening. All of a sudden you hear this, and they had a really bad feedback. In other words, it sounded like somebody turned on the speakers and had the microphone right there. So that's what happens when you do that. Excuse me. Then they're like, I guess I think I remember hearing some static, and then it just went, and then a thing came up on the Twitter and said this Spaces has been ended or something like that. Then finally Desantis's page came up, and when the first Spaces went down, I saw almost 700,000 people on that broadcast, that first one. And then when Desantis finally came up, and it was like very anticlimactic, well, I'm running for president because, and then he went on a whole bunch of very non-convincing talking points. Not that I didn't agree with some of the stuff that he was talking about and wanting to do and everything like that, but he just didn't sound that convincing to me. Not to mention the fact I was going back and forth to his and to who was I listening to? America Floats. Tom. I was listening to Tom, and it was so boring. He was doing AI pictures for me, to try and give me the cartoon that he got of himself was perfect. It looked like actually somebody actually did that for him. The ones that he sent me weren't quite the same. So I guess the AI just doesn't work the same twice ever. I would think since I've been reading some of the stuff about it and seeing some of the prompts and everything like that, it looks like if you really want something really detailed like that, you literally have to put in every description and deletion that you can think of, like getting rid of the fuzz or blur, no lines here, no contorted arms or extra limbs, no, that kind of thing. It's flabbergasting how much you actually have to put in it to make it do exactly what you want it to do. But again, it's still something you have to instruct. It's not going to do things on its own. So that was fun. But that was also how boring this thing was with Desantis. Not to mention the fact, like I say, once it crashed, they're calling it also to failure to launch, all this other and everything like that. you gotta laugh. In fact, everybody's saying, a lot of people are saying, oh, Elon Musk is all for him, and Elon Musk is this and that and the other. He's held in his hand and all this other and everything like that. And to be honest with you, I think that might not be the case. He was glad that Desantis wanted to do this. Now, like I say, it sounded almost like they didn't plan on having that many people on there. I would think that somebody would do some kind of math. You always configure for at least 10% of the population of whatever it is on your spot, because that's usually about when you go from numbers and odds and things like that. That's usually about how many people you really do contact out of your entire audience at a time. Usually 10%. You don't always have 100% of your audience watching you all the time. I mean, you can look at some of these videos that you watch that have over 1 million followers and see how many people actually watch the videos. That's if they're not lying to you. And it shows about 10 to 20%. Or not even 10 to 12%. I've seen 12% in some cases, but most of the time it's no more than 10. 9 to 10. So they should have at least had that much bandwidth for whomever it was, and that's based on all of the people that they have on Twitter. Because I'm sure that there were people that weren't just in America that were watching this also, or that were listening to this also. Not to mention the fact also, too, a lot of people weren't convinced. I was watching and listening to some of the things today about it. Not a lot of people were convinced about some of this stuff, and that's why I say it wasn't that convincing to me either. But I think it has something to do with the fact that there was no... He would have done better doing live on a TikTok or on Instagram. Because you could see his face. You could see what he was doing. I don't know if they have like a group chat or a group anything like that on Instagram or anything that you could do that. But he literally would have done better had we could at least seen his face. And, because, all that stuff could have been faked, just like this absolute wild meme that Donald Trump posted, like, right afterwards. So, yeah, in fact, he even faked his own voice.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Ron DeSantis Twitter space.
Hello? Is my microphone working correctly?
George, can you just wait while we...
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can all hear you, George. Can you just hold on for a second?
Hilfa, I don't think they can hear me.
I can hear you fine, George. Just speak to the
I don't think George
microphone.
knows how to use Twitter.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can I please make my big announcement now? Everyone just...
Hello!
Just shut up, George.
Can somebody just mute George?
And Cheney, too.
Could you try not to cough on the...
Okay, so how are we going to take out Trump, you guys?
Guys from the FBI, this is not a private call. This is a public Twitter space. Everyone can listen in.
God damn it.
Anyway, guys, we invited everyone to this this Twitter space so Governor Ron DeSantis could...
Everyone just shut the hell up so I can make my announcement, okay?
You go, girl.
Wait, the devil is gay?
So what? Everyone in this call is gay. I happen to know every single one of you has a secret gay lover hidden in your closet.
Ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verpflichtet sind,
Guys, can we please just calm down?
So anyway, guys, I just wanted to announce that I'm...
Okay, I can hear the governor very well.
Shut up,
Would you
George.
please shut up already? I'm running for fucking president, okay?
Yeah, we kind of already
We
knew about
already
it.
know, Governor.
Congratulations, Governor.
Well, that concludes our Twitter space for today. Thank you to all of our...
Hold your horses, Elon. The real president is going to say a few words. The devil, I'm going to kick your ass very soon. Hitler, you're already dead. Dick Cheney sounds like you'll be joining Hitler very soon. Klaus Schwab and George Soros, I'm putting both your asses in jail. And Ron DeSanctimonious can kiss my big, beautiful 2024 presidential ass. Trump 2024, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. And everybody's saying that Trump put that up. Now, I'm sure his team did that, but but again, this actually tells you that this is what actually could have happened because it was on Twitter Spaces. There was no faces. You know, how do you do a presidential announcement without some kind of an entrance? You know what I'm saying? No podium, no stage, no people cheering, everybody. Just a couple of squares on a computer screen and people talking at you. 451 Actual. I was just mentioning you. I hope you don't mind. I mentioned I'm going to do a hostile takeover on Monday. I'll get you the email and all the information on it Saturday afternoon if that's okay. I have to put some finishing touches on it, but they got me working tomorrow instead of Saturday. So, gotta do that. But you get one of these. Thank you so much for the donation. Where is it? There it is. Don't ever get old. Your eyes go bad. Actually, you get two of these. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell everyone? Oh, well. Sorry. I just wanted everybody to be there. Actually, all I told them was that it was going to be metal. I haven't told anybody my theme or any of that other stuff. It's just going to be metal. But you'll enjoy it, especially if you're my age. Sorry about that. You didn't specify that in the letter. So, nobody heard that. Erase it. Listen, where's that little mind thing? Skeletor, welcome to the show. Absolutely nobody on YouTube right now. That's weird. Well, I did know that Hallie wasn't going to make it this week because she's she's doing one of her holidays, I think. It's wild. That's the strangest thing about those holidays. Sometimes it just seems like those holidays they lock themselves in their houses for a long period of time. I wonder if that's just to like concentrate, not get distracted by everything else or whatever like that. I can see that, I guess. Russian bot. Yes, Pastor Shelley. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody. See, I'm not missing anybody over here on Rumble. Wow, only 4 people over on Rumble. It must be a good Thursday. Must be all kinds of shit going on that I'm not seeing while I'm live feeding. So anyway, I actually recognize this stunt in a way. And back to DeSantis now. I actually recognize this stunt in a way from the Clinton era. When they made Bush Sr., I believe it was, a one-term president by bringing in independent Ross Perot to politely take away almost 20% of the Republican vote, guaranteeing that Clinton would win. Oh, seriously? Pastor Chatelet says, so how come no one told me that Sam Hyde was locking people in a house for 6 weeks and live streaming it? Fish Tank Live. He must be stopped. I hope that's not true, but if that's the case, then that's just another thing in the long list of things that I'm going to show you tonight about what happens when you vote blue, no matter who. But I want to finish talking about DeSantis first. Like I say, independent Ross Perot took about between 18 and 20% of the Republican vote. He basically had the same ideas. He was a little bit more energetic. I remember this. I was in my 20s at the time, of course, but I still kind of sort of remember this. In fact, the thing that I remember about it the most was my dad complaining about it. He kept telling all of his Republican friends, don't vote for Ross Perot. They're doing this to split the vote so that the other candidate will win, and voila. So, this time, they're going for broke. Instead of putting an independent in there that's going to possibly take away up to 20% of the vote from the main candidate, they're putting another Republican in there, which really does cause a problem. So, did you vote for Ross Perot? Shame on you. Because you made Clinton win. Lizzie Longtoes, welcome to the show. It's a reality show. Oh, okay. Good. Well, I might check it out. So again, they're gonna, in this case, it looks like they're going for broke, pitting Republican against Republican to split up the Republican vote, because they know, I know they know, both sides know this. They've got to know this, based on the polls, if nothing else, if you even listen to the polls anymore, but based on the polls, which is what we usually have to go by, Trump's beaten all of them by massive amounts. But there are people out there that will and can be dissuaded, although it doesn't sound like it after this. It doesn't really sound like it after this announcement. So I say there weren't a lot of people that were convinced with this. Not that I could tell anyway. And then, of course, all the tweets and all the trolls and everything like that. You know, if he'd have done anything good at all, somebody would have come to his rescue, his aid, his defense. So, you know, and I mean, also, too, the reason why I say this also, too, is because of the fact that there are a lot of folks now that I'm seeing, too. They're interviewing in the man on the street thing. There's a lot of that going on that's getting on the TikToks and all that other stuff, asking people. You know, oh, yeah, I voted for Biden, but I sure am regretting it now. And we need Trump back and this and that and the other thing. You know, and they were convinced at the time of all of Trump's atrocities, which weren't happening. And, of course, what can I tell you? All of the lies that have gone on that are actually being one by one trickled into the public eye now that never happened, like the Russiagate. You know, the fact that the last administration plus the person he was campaigning against did the phony dossiers and made all this, spent all of our taxpayer dollars on trying to trash a duly elected president, or should I say, someone that they couldn't beat even with all the cheating that they didn't think that they needed to do. So what can I tell you? All right. So it seems like most regular folks just want peace and prosperity no matter the country. But our representatives, who by any means necessary try to stay in control, do nothing but spread hatred and diversity. All right, what's the first thing they started doing to thwart that, to thwart Trump, besides the virus? Does anybody remember the Summer of Love and the protests, which is the anniversary of his death today? they're still calling him some kind of a hero. In fact, I saw somewhere that they mentioned that he sacrificed his life for equal rights. To do what? Take drugs and rob stores? Okay, so how about the no-go zones, the useful idiots going around hurting people and peacefully burning things down? Who do you think they're going to blame for all that? Who do you think they have been blaming for all of that? It's always, oh, well, Trump was in office during that time. Trump. Where was this stuff happening, though? They blame all this stuff on the Republicans all the time. All right. Where am I? Where am I? Trying to read my notes here. Yeah, okay. Not to mention, okay, on top of that, while they were doing this stuff, American music. American Music, welcome to the show. He's over there on YouTube. American Music Inc. or American Inc. Music. American Inc. Music. Make sure to go check them out. They got some kick-ass music and entertainment. Let's see. Like I say, not to mention that by allowing this, all of this stuff happening, the jobs that were lost, the lives that were lost, despite the good economy and the better living that we were doing when left alone to do our own shit. But they want a bunch of slaves. These people that keep trying to push this power and all this other crap on us and distract us with everything that doesn't really make any difference. They want us as slaves. How dare Trump be successful, but not only successful, but try to share it with the rest of the world. How dare he do that? Now, as a musician, the blues are always a good thing to us. It's very important musical genre. Whether you play them, you sing them, sometimes you even live them. And for almost the last 3 years now, I've been paying attention to what all has been going on with the political blues. And boy, it ain't purty. Now, they say the blues ain't purty, blues and music ain't purty, but I'm telling you, you could write some damn blues songs about some of the shit that's going on now. And I'm going to show you a few things. And hopefully if anybody out there is watching that doesn't believe any of this stuff, doesn't see any of this stuff normally, I'm hoping that this will change even just one mind to not vote for blue, no matter who. It's the dumbest piece of advice I've ever heard in my life. And we're seeing the results of it big time. All right, in my honest opinion, if that's how you are, blue no matter who, that means to me that you're in some kind of a mind meld with some really, really messed up people. And in a lot of cases, vegetables and people pushing up daisies as well. I mean, you would have to be. Either that or you're just not paying attention to what actually is going on. Or you just don't care. First of all, the first thing, didn't we... Well, actually, here, I'm sorry. I didn't write this down, but now that I'm looking at it, I want to show you guys something I found that's probably the reason behind all of this. And I saw this cartoon the other day. It came across my feed, and I thought it was absolutely perfect. The caption is called The Stupidity of Humanity. Check it out. That's about it. That's why we need Jesus. Let's see, I'm making sure that... Oh, Crazy Eights Drums. Hey, how are you? Welcome over there on YouTube. The YouTubes. American Ink Music says, I loved Ross Perot growing up. Can I finish? Yeah, I didn't pay that much of attention to it, but I do remember my dad fussing about it. Man, he's not doing anything but taking votes away from our candidate. And lo and behold. So again, like I say, this I believe is the Desantis angle. Because I mean, also too, one of the things I forgot to mention, I wanted to mention too, that I didn't put in my notes, but I thought about it as I was doing this, putting it all together, is the fact that, not to mention the fact that if I was a Floridian right now, I would feel a bit betrayed. Because, first of all, Trump got him in there by the skin of his teeth. Had it not been for Trump, you guys in Florida would have been ruled by a druggie. Somebody that gets so messed up that they pass out and throw up all over themselves in hotel rooms with prostitutes. How about that? Okay? You know, they're fussing about this bullshit that didn't happen between Trump and Dusty, whatever her name was or whatever it is. But we barely heard anything about this person that almost became the governor of Florida. Okay? I believe I heard somebody else say today something about the fact that DeSantis doing this actually also too shows a disloyalty. Because, I mean, he was all for Trump and Trump this and Trump 2020, 2020 and all of that. He was behind him and everything like that. Now, all of a sudden, he's running against him. So, but yeah, like I say, if I was a Floridian right now, I would feel a bit betrayed. Because, I mean, he made a promise to get, if he got elected again over there, to make sure Florida was taken care of. Now, all of a sudden, he's running for president. What's going to happen to Florida now? Who's going to start to try to take over Florida? Who's going to take his place? And what if he wins? Then he has to give up his governorship in Florida. Strange things going on. All right. All right. First of all, again, didn't we first, and I'm just talking 2020 here, or 2022, excuse me. We voted for, I think it was 4 dead people for this election. Every single one of them are Democrats. So there's that. Not to mention the fact I did a little bit more research on this, and I found that so far, nothing's been done to replace these people. I haven't heard of any special elections. I haven't heard of any. There's nothing in the news. I'd show you something, but there's nothing there. I haven't seen anything. I haven't found anything. Unless, of course, they're hiding it somehow or another. Full list of dead people who won their elections on Tuesday. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Because I'm a blonde. Yeah. I'm opening the phone lines now. Sorry about that. This is a call-in talk show. Shame on me. I'm sitting here talking my ass off. All right. Okay. Phone lines are open now. You can call me and talk about anything you like. The number is scrolling below me. 409. What was it? 409-877-1243. There you go. All right. I don't call it myself, so I don't remember it. And, of course, the email down there, too, if you want to Skype me. All right. Several weeks before Tuesday's election, this article was written on November 9th, 2022, the day after Election Day. Several weeks before Tuesday's election, Dan Smith, a Republican running for the city attorney in the San Diego suburb of Chula Vista, demanded the San Diego County Democratic Party stop promoting and encouraging voters to elect their nominee for the post, Simon Silva. In most jurisdictions, such a claim would be seen as ostentatious, a denunciation reserved only for candidates so morally repugnant, no political party should be allowed to support them. Smith, however, had good reason to protest. Silva was dead and had been for more than a month. If elected, the city would be required to hold a special election to replace them, a process the San Diego Union Tribune reported would cost the city significant funds to accomplish, and telling voters otherwise, Smith claimed was a fraud. And again, I've looked up these guys. There hasn't been any kind of anything so far that I've seen to try and replace these people that were dead when they got elected. But again, every single one of them are blue. Blue no matter who. Let's see. the next one was Tony DeLuca in Pennsylvania. He won his re-election to his seat in Harrisburg in a landslide Tuesday night, despite the fact that the Pittsburgh Democrat died of lymphoma the month before. In Tennessee, the late Memphis area state representative Barbara Cooper, who died about 2 weeks before Election Day, defeated independent Michael Porter Tuesday night to defend her seat in the Tennessee State House. So there's nobody there. Like I said, you got a bunch of empty chairs in these places. In politics, the dead winning elections isn't unusual, of course not. And they go on to say that there was others that died beforehand. But yeah, we elected at least 3 dead people this time around. Every single one of them were Democrats. All right. And I say we because these folks, whether we like it or not, are a part of our union. Okay? The other side is a part of our union as well, if you will. So it's set up, it's up to us to either plant seeds with them or, well, you know the alternative. I don't have to tell my audience what it is, but I will say that it involves the Constitution, etc. You guys know this. Ebtide, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Please make sure to share this with everybody. Tweet me out, whatever, however this works out. We need people to call in. This is a call-in talk show. Call me and tell them like it is. That's right, Ebtide. That's right. I forgot to mention that as well. He mentions that the Democrats also have a large undead or dead voter base as well. In fact, I read an article not too long ago somewhere in California. They petitioned this area to have all the dead voters removed from the rolls. Some of them had been on there for over 75 years still. And their leader, whoever it was, their representative, whoever it was, vetoed it and made them put all of those people back on the registered voting. I see white coats. I see straitjackets when somebody does something like that. Why are these people not in rubber rooms? That is ridiculous. But it's the only way, one of the only ways it sounds to me like they can keep power or at least keep these polls in their favor. All right. So if that's not enough for you, let's look at people we do actually have in office that either don't belong there or were voted in because they were on the blue side. First and foremost, of course, this guy, our grandpa-in-chief. In fact, I was going to say, this is an 8-minute video. I'm not going to show you the entire video, but you can go almost anywhere, pull up a video of him even for 2 minutes and go, what? Huh? Excuse me?
You gotta say hi to me.
Creepy as hell.
We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway. This woman helped me get an awful lot done. Anyway.
Well, I'm sick and tired of smart guys.
He's sick and tired of smart guys. I love that. I love that claim right there.
Sick and tired of ordinary people being fleeced.
I'm tired of being.
Well, then stop fleecing them. So, like I say, this is part of it, but this was his latest.
And there's a lot of other, for example, the idea that we're, in terms of taxes, that they refuse to, for example, I was able to balance the budget and pass everything from the global warming bill. Anyway, I was able to cut by $1.7 billion in the first 2 years the deficit that we were accumulating.
Repeated lie.
Because I was able to say to it that the 55 corporations in America that made $400 billion, or $40 billion, $400 billion, that they paid zero in tax, zero. And there's a lot of other.
I bet that's a lie too. Like I say, you can go anywhere on the internet and this guy will flabbergast you. In fact, he does it so much now that I haven't actually even seen a compilation. Nobody's even bothering to make compilations anymore for at least the last 6 months. Because this isn't a joke anymore. It's what we're living with. But vote blue, no matter who. Next up, his protege, if you will. This was her last word salad sandwich.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist in our present.
And she means that.
And to be able to contextualize it, to understand.
Do you mean stick all of this in AI somewhere so it can build you a picture? Contextualize it? Does anybody know what she means by that? I don't.
Where we exist in the history.
Right here, right now.
And in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
Is she trying to be Doc Brown? She needs one of those timelines that skew into the future. Good Lord. Not to mention the fact that she looked very happy or sober here. Yeah, what is all this conceptualize? Conceptualization does nothing. It gets a 0 done. All you do is think about stuff and maybe study it. But you never solve anything that way. Never. You got to talk about it. You got to work it out. Elbow grease and all of that. Ebtide says, someone should tell him impersonating a president is illegal. Yeah, I agree. I think actually somebody has told him that. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a criminal. He's a crook, remember? In fact, they keep finding out more and more and more stuff that they're not being able to hide anymore. She was using that dictionary calendars, but didn't read the definition. Yeah, exactly. Well, and she just put a bunch of shit together that didn't make any sense. And this was supposedly her take on abortion? Yeah. Let's see. Who do I have up next? Oh, then you got this poor schmuck. I actually feel bad for this poor guy. I've had friends, and I have a lot of older friends, and I have, of course, my parents are older and everything like that, and I know what it's like to not be all there anymore after strokes or after illnesses and things like this. And of course, again, this gets nothing done.
That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter how, So it's isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter to prevent this kind of thing from going?
This guy right now, according to the news that they're protecting him, the mainstream and everything like that, this is his way of reprimanding bankers. He's supposedly going after the bankers like this. After the bailout or whatever it was. This is his way of going after the bankers. But did he make any sense? Did you understand what he just said?
Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is? I'll give you an example. The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. For a hungry family has.
There's already work requirements for SNAP. You have to make so much money. You have to be in some kind of a bracket to be able to get SNAP.
To have this kind of penalties, or some kinds of working requirement. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after you sell your bank with billions of your bank?
Oh yeah, gonna compare normal people to these ginormous bankers as if they're going to do any of this stuff. But yeah, you're looking at another vote blue no matter who. Personally, if I was on that side at this particular moment, I'd be embarrassed. I really would, especially if I voted for some of these people. Let's see, who's next on the, oh yeah. This is another thing I can never figure out. Everyone is always complaining about old white leaders. Yet they do everything in their power to keep these old, and I'm talking old, white leaders in there. But yet they still complain about them, but they'll still vote for them. I just... Here's one that should have retired a long time ago. And this person is older than our chief.
We're learning more about the health of California Senator Dianne Feinstein, calls for her to resign. Those calls continuing today. The 89-year-old Democrat recently returned to Capitol Hill in a wheelchair after a nearly 3-month absence due to a bout.
Look at her. Look at her. She has had a stroke or something. But she is 89 years old. 90 years old. I notice also, too, in all of this hype that they did, they showed her being pushed in a wheelchair here and there and everywhere, talking about how great this is. Oh, poor lady, she had shingles for 3 months, which, yes, I feel sorry for her. That is a very painful thing to have and everything like that. But I think they're lying to us. She's had a stroke. She's another one that's had a stroke. Look at her. I'm sorry. She's had a stroke. She is not well. Now, I've read some other things that she finally last month claimed that she's not going to run for re-election again. But I think it's because of the fact that she doesn't think she's going to be here. I mean, come on. I mean, look at that face. Now, like I say, if she had the shingles and all that, and she's feeling sick and all that, and she's bad, and retire. It's time. You've got plenty of money. I'm sure of that. You've done plenty of things in your life. You've had a great life. In fact, look at you now. You still got people pushing you around and waiting on you hand and foot. Retire. Give it up. The crib keeper with a wig. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see. Fog, why don't you show us how it's done and go do it? Oh, is he in my... Behave yourself now, you guys. Although I see... Pastor Chatelet will keep you guys in line. I feel a spurg coming on. Do you? We have a fog spotting. Okay. Ebtide, deep farts with John Fetterwomen, whatever his name is. But again, vote blue no matter who. And again, you've got an old, and I'm talking old. I mean, she was old when I was a teenager. Old. Okay, and I'm old now. I'm almost 60 myself. All right. But old, white, in charge. Stop complaining if you're going to keep voting for these people. All right. She's actually a good argument for lots of things. Term limits. You know, who's in, you know, her district, everything like that. Retirement ages for everyone. Because, I mean, again, what is she going to do now? One of the things I noticed also, too, in all the hype with her coming back and everything like that, I didn't hear one word come out of her mouth. And you know why? She probably can't talk anymore. She probably, you know, like I say, look at the face. The one eye closed like that and everything. She had a stroke. Or she's got the palsy. But she doesn't look fit to be doing this. But again, another result for a long time, actually, in this case, of vote blue, no matter who. Okay, we do have some younger white women on the boards here. This is supposedly Michaela Kavanaugh. She's a senator on legislature for... how did I not write that down? Nebraska? Okay, there we go. Lincoln, Nebraska. All right. Now, for 2 minutes, she starts out pretty calm. And you think this is going to be her intro to her speech. But you'd be wrong. Another result of vote blue, no matter who.
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
Good intro.
That's what
okay.
They're saying out there. They're standing in a circle in the rotunda saying that over and over again. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people.
Kind of a modern day Ravel's Bolero in a way. Except for you're not adding an instrument each time. It's just getting louder each time.
We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people.
Okay, I'm not gonna subject you to that, but she ends up.
People, we love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here.
Okay, you get the idea. According to this, she chants this for more than 2 minutes. Who voted for this person? And did she act anything like this? Was her getting in office or anything like this, was this a trick? Was she a troll? Who voted for this? Does this really represent everyone or anyone in your district, wherever she's at? Is this all she ever has to say? Talk about one item voting or one idea voting. It's ridiculous. Our life should not be revolving around these small amount of people. And like I say, who voted for this? Is their entire district these people that she's talking about? I mean, I could see if she had some kind of an argument like, these people have this problem and we need to take care of that, and with the people that we're helping and that they have a lack of this or a lack of that or have this or that or the, but no, just these people have to be here. You have to do whatever it is they want, whenever they want, and let them do whatever it is they want, whenever they want. That's all. That's their mantra. They just belong here, period. Don't ask any questions. Don't try to understand it either. Because, I mean, that's the only reason why I would ask questions. Something doesn't make sense to me, or if I want to know how to, you got to teach people how to treat you. This ain't it. But again, another example of what you get when you vote blue, no matter who. I got plenty more. Don't go away. Okay, you guys, for this next one, you guys might... Oh, wait. Okay, I'm a little out of order here, but that's okay. All right, the next one... Where did it go? Okay, yeah, I tried to put all the politicians together first, because again, vote blue no matter who. This next one is Representative Sandra Feist. She's a Democrat in the House of Minnesota. She's in the Minnesota House. Excuse me. I love how she demands, well, you'll see.
I would encourage the community to vote no on this amendment for a few reasons. Practical, financial, social, emotional. First...
Oh, and you see here, it says her second term, which means she was reelected.
There are a lot of schools that are moving towards gender-neutral bathrooms, and if we add female, we might become obsolete very quickly. Second, not all students who menstruate are female.
Wait, what? What'd she say?
Female. Second, not all students who menstruate are female. We need to make...
Then what are they? They certainly aren't male. Are they Draculas? Are they space aliens? Are they Hydras? Are they Cthulhu's? She doesn't ever explain that.
Make sure that all students have access to these products.
Why? Why? What in the world would a guy need that for?
There are obviously less non-female menstruating students, and therefore their usage will be much lower. And that was actually calculated into the cost of the...
But everybody has to have access. Not everybody needs them, but everybody has to have access. She just admitted that. Let's say, the mental gymnastics and the absolute... I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it. It's almost like as if these people have chips in their brains or something. Or they're androids. Something. They've been programmed somehow. I mean, because a lot of times, you know, they claim these things and everything. Even common sense tells you that this shit ain't true. But another example of what I've been trying to tell you today. Like I say, I'm hoping that I'm starting out this election season with showing you what you get when you vote blue, no matter who, because that's their mantra. All right, y'all being naughty in my chat over here. Satan tried 300 times to deceive Christ. How many times do you think he's going to try to deceive you? Exactly, Paulie. Exactly, Paulie. That's exactly what all of this is. In fact, now that you mention that, I don't know what this was, and it didn't happen again when I started looking at like the montages and things like that. But I was actually watching Biden's either last speech or second to last speech before he went on vacation. Something about, I think it was right after the, I think he vetoed something or whatever like that. It was about the debt ceiling or whatever it was. He was talking about the negotiations or whatnot and everything like that. And it was like a 7-minute speech, and about in the middle of it, I started getting physically ill. Almost like as if my body or my spirit was literally rejecting this person that I was watching. I had to turn it off. I was like, my brain was squishing, my stomach got queasy, felt like somebody was sitting on my chest, and the minute I turned it off, it was like... So, yeah, you could be right about that, Polly. Or you are. I fully believe that. I fully believe that. White tuber owned pastor, but not by answering a single one of his questions, but his logical conclusions instead of recording. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another vote blue no matter who result right there, if you will. Okay. All right, you guys keep arguing on your own there, but at least at least I can tell somebody's listening to me. Okay. All right, where was I? Okay, now again, another blue, no matter who, vote. Like I said, and you can see on here they tell you she was reelected. She was reelected, which means she's going to be elected again. She must have a blue area. She must be in a blue area. All right. Then, of course, you got things like this happening. We've all seen this. Shalene Rodriguez, New York City college professor who threatened Post reporter with a machete, is fired from the college she worked at, which she should have been after she was on tape harassing students. I don't care if you didn't like what they were doing or not. You're the adult. They're not. You're supposed to be the example. Of course, you're looking at a Marxist, which has pretty much taken over a majority of our education system at this point. I don't know if there's too much more we can do other than try and getting more people to homeschool. Because everything in the schools, they don't teach the kids how to live anything now. Everything's just judging everybody else and hating on everybody else. Because they're different. Nobody's listening. They're telling you math is racist, for fuck's sake. Which is something you really need if you're going to do any kind of commerce at all. Or even, you know, do a recipe. I mean, you can need math for almost everything. You at least need to be able to count. Anyway, it turns out that this person also has a lawsuit against the New York Police Department because she got arrested during a George Floyd protest. She claims that they gave her brutality. Basically, they made her handcuffs too tight to where now she can't make art. Has anybody seen any of the art that she actually made or makes? And a true artist wouldn't let that stop them. I don't know how many artists I've seen. What the heck? What happened to the thing? I was going to read that video. Oh no, did they take it off in the middle of my video here? That was weird. Oh no, it just went somewhere else. I don't know where. Like I said before, they just there it is. I don't know why it went over there. Anyways, that's one of the things that you're going to see too. Like I say, she got away with whatever it was from George Floyd protest or whatever like that. She's now suing the cops. But I mean, she literally took the right to abuse students when she didn't agree with them, tell them and cuss at them and just anything she wanted to do to these people. No courtesy, no nothing. And then of course she touched their belongings and started vandalizing it. And I don't know how many of you guys know this. Actually, well, if you watch Salty, you know this. She didn't just come out of her apartment and stick that thing next to his neck and threaten him. Afterwards, she ran out on the sidewalk and chased them with it as well. That, again, to me, when I hear or see something like that, I start seeing straitjackets. You have to be insane to think that that's okay for you to do. But again, where is she? New York. What is their motto again? I know you're tired of hearing this, but this is what you get, and I'm only halfway through. I mean, I got some funny things for you guys at the end and everything like that, but I'm only halfway through showing you these people and showing you what's going on. The first half was the politicians that we voted in there. If they're not dead, they seem brain dead. Or just filling space. I mean, Kamala Harris, how many of those word salad sandwiches have you heard come out of her? In fact, what was another one of her famous ones? The passage of time is so significant. Not really. Not unless you're doing something of significance that you're actually filling that time with. But, I mean, she went around in a circle about the significance of the passage of time because of the significance of the passage of time. What? And sometimes, like I say, it's hard to not decide or not know between whether to laugh or cry about this shit. I try to laugh about it because I know that we're not in charge of this. There's no way that we can be in charge of this. It's hard not to get sucked into it because that's what they want. That's what this world wants. It'll suck you in. And humans suck. But again, you got to point it out and try to laugh at it at least. You guys are still arguing about this. How many false religions do you think the enemy of humanity would try to create in order to corrupt and deceive humanity? Pfft. I was going to say, you guys are kind of sort of talking about the same subject as I am in a way, but not really. And you're talking to somebody else. But yeah, again, you're not wrong. Like I say, and the thing is, the reason they do that, I think one of the reasons they do that is because of the fact that it's easy to get God and religion mixed up. A lot of people think God is religion and religion is God. They literally have nothing to do with each other. You don't have to be in any religion to follow God or to follow Christ. Now they call it Christianity, but everybody has a label. But you don't have to call it that. And that doesn't necessarily also make it a religion either. Unless, of course, you do things like schedule time around, and, you know, that you can do things religiously. Okay. All right. Let's see. Showed you the lady with the machete. I wonder. It actually makes me wonder. Now that I'm thinking about the lady with the machete, you guys have all seen that video and everything like that. I don't want to get kicked off. In fact, I've seen several people that have had to blur what she was holding in her hand so they don't get kicked off of YouTube. But it makes me wonder, what do you think she would have done if she'd have had that machete when she was confronting those students? When she messed up their table and pushed it at them. At least she didn't pick the table up and throw it at them. I think she may possibly have realized that she was being videoed at the time. But also, too, they claim that that's one of the reasons why she only went out there real quick and then jumped back in her house real quick. Although it doesn't explain why she chased them down the road afterwards. So, because she knew she was being videoed. She had to have. You could tell. And, of course, there's always this little gem right here. If you guys have headphones, I suggest you turn them down now.
I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. I don't know if you can at this point based off your policy choices, but I have to pretend you have some form of empathy left.
You have to pretend, huh? I was going to say, I think that's your entire life, my friend, pretending to be something that you're not. That's why you have no words. This has driven you to the point of where you're just going to get up in front of everybody and make an idiot of yourself. And again, are you any better off? Is this person's family or anything like that, are they any better off after you did this? Again, another product of the blue, no matter who. Like I say, I can't fathom not at least thinking twice before this. Of course, a lot of people are blaming this on social media as far as that goes too. Do anything for clout. Do anything to get online. Do anything to get people looking at you. But again, is that real? Is this really you? I have to... This is actually one of the first things I would ask after they finish blowing my ears out. I would probably go like this. Because I'm a patient woman. I am. Especially when I want to know shit. But my first question to this person would be, okay, do you feel better now? Did this work out? Do you think this is going to... I would have to ask them. Nothing got done here. And this video shows that she wasn't the only one. Like I say, she's got up there, and then of course the best thing in the world, the most endearing thing in the world to everybody around you and the people that you're trying to convince that this is wrong or that they're not doing the right thing is to tell them that you hate them. Oh yeah, I hate you so bad. I hate you so bad, which means you would never forgive this person. You would never give this person another chance. You'd never give these people a chance to redeem themselves in your eyes or anything like that. Just hate. And of course, what makes you think that that person all of a sudden would just, oh my God, please let me please you. Please don't hate me. Oh my God, I'm so upset that you hate me. Oh, let me just, no. That person's going to go, you hate me? Okay, you can stay over there. Because when somebody hates somebody like that, they could be capable of anything. What if this person had brought a machete to this place? And it wouldn't have been the first time. How about the asshole that started beating on somebody with their bullhorn? They'll use anything as a weapon to shut you up and shut you down. Because you can't talk over that. You can't talk to that either. But again, San Francisco. Democrats, maybe, perhaps, voting blue, no matter who. Because they tolerate this stuff, too. They let this go. Oh, this poor soul. She's just screaming for the other person that can't scream anymore. And I'm not sure of the situation. Some trans black male got shot by a security guard, I think, when he was trying to shoplift or something. I haven't gone real far into this one. And of course, this right here, this person right here, when I saw that come across there and I went into it a little bit farther and I thought to myself, well, no, this isn't even worth it. If this is all they've got to say about this, if this is the only thing I've got to hear about what's going on over there, it must not be that important. It must not be. Because you don't have anything other than this to say, and how much you hate everybody. Now, I can see that this person, you might have been close to this person, you lost a friend, etc., and etc. We understand that part. The rest of it, not convincing anybody of anything. In fact, even those that agree with you probably went, yeah, this person is not helping our cause any. But again, she wasn't the only one. This thing got crazy. You had all kinds of people screaming and yelling about stuff. This person
have failed once again. This is not the first time, and it damn sure won't be the last, but we gonna get justice today.
My pronouns are she, her, or they, them. Black Lives Matter, defund the police, disarm security. I find it sick that Brooke Jenkins refuses to charge a security guard who murdered one of my fellow trans people. Benko Brown, a black trans man. I know plenty of my white girlfriends who actually shoplift and they don't get killed.
Who actually shoplift. So he just told on a bunch of his friends, it looks like. But again, why is this person reading this? This is another thing that tells me that these people are not serious. You would not have to read from anything to do this if you felt this passionately about it. Did you even write that yourself, my friend? Did you? I bet you didn't. But again, if you saw that coming down the street at you, I'm sorry, man. You look homeless and helpless. You look homeless and you know, and not that that's a bad thing, not that I wouldn't help you out or anything like that, but again, if you started screaming at me like this, I'd walk away. Because that, on top of delusional, that would mean you were ungrateful too. You'd be forgiven, but I sure the hell wouldn't want to be around you anymore. But again, this lady screaming wasn't the first one. And it's funny because they let her go first. They should let her go last. But nobody knew what they were going to do, evidently. But again, this tells me this is another vote blue no matter who area. San Francisco. Then you got things that happen like this. Now this is crazy because this happened in Kentucky, but this happened in where was it? I got it in my notes here. Louisville, Kentucky. Now Kentucky, you guys know already, is a red state. If you look at the map and everything like that, is a red state. But you go to Louisville, and it's bright blue. And you get shit like this.
This little girl was riding her bike on her street around 5:30 in the afternoon when she was suddenly forced into a stranger's car. That neighbor, thankfully, springing into action.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
You're watching police body camera video of the moment a 6-year-old girl was rescued from her alleged kidnapper.
Hello.
Alleged kidnapper. She's in the guy's car.
Police say she was riding her bike when witnesses saw a man grab her and throw her into his car.
Parks his car, middle of the road, gets out. picks up a little girl off her bike on the sidewalk, throws her bike, throws her on the passenger seat, and he just, takes off.
Neighbor Prentice Weatherford hopping in his car to pursue the suspect, only stopping when he saw a police cruiser and provided them a partial license plate number.
But as I'm watching it, it felt like my stomach would just fell. I had to do something.
Thanks to detailed descriptions of that vehicle, officers were able to locate the little girl within 10 minutes. Sergeant Joe Keeling quickly arresting 40-year-old Robbie Wild.
You feel that fear that the child probably has in them, and you want to get to them as quick as you can and remove them from the situation to try to limit the trauma to them as much as you can. And luckily we were able to find her pretty quick.
Officer Jason Verba taking the young girl out of the passenger seat, carrying her to safety.
Now, thank God that they found her and that the neighbor acted quick and somebody was watching and everything like that. But how many times does that not happen that we even know about? And again, Kentucky is a red state, but it happened in Louisville, which is blue, the blue area. And I'm not sure if that's the capital of Kentucky or not. But again, a giant blue area in the city, and this stuff is happening. This is what you get. Like I say, thankfully the cops got to her, but how many don't? How many people get stolen like that and the cops don't get to them? That we even know about. The only reason we know about this is because the neighbor was there and they just happened to be able to call the police on him. And what happened if the police wasn't able to get a hold of him? What if this guy didn't get a license plate on this guy? It was like by that much. Okay. Let's see. Then you got, let's see, where am I at? Okay, like I say, the state is red, but the city's bright blue, just like Houston and Austin and Dallas too now. I think parts of Tampa, parts of Florida are Democrat, little cities and everything like that. And those are the areas that you're hearing about the problems in too. Miami's actually a Democrat area. It used to be, at least that I know of. You got LA. In fact, California supposedly used to be a red state, but you got the 3 or 4 big cities that are all blue, and that's their motto, blue no matter who. Let's see. Oh, speaking of LA, because of the blue no matter who people that are in office in LA, even with the new mayor of LA, you got this.
Starbucks released a statement saying it is prioritizing safety for the employees and the customers in the area, and for now they believe this is the best option. At the Starbucks on Vineland and Ventura in Studio City, customers are met with a new sign saying seating is temporarily unavailable at this location due to safety concerns, and it's not going unnoticed.
First thing I noticed, I didn't see any seats. And I'm like, okay, this is one of the best coffee places.
Gee, I wonder why.
The Starbucks,
the first thing you noticed.
Studio Plaza with several other stores. A barista told Fox 11 off camera that the area has seen violence and crime that has caused the employees to feel unsafe. The plaza now regularly patrolled by a security guard.
There's a lot of chaos that happens in the parking lot, people acting crazy, people screaming, hollering, oh, give me your change, and stuff like that.
Still, Tristan feels taking seating away hurts frequent customers like him.
I understand it gets violent out here, but come on now. If people want to get some coffee, they need a place to sit, and they got free Wi-Fi, so, why not free chairs?
LA City Council member Nithya Raman is in charge of that district and weighed in on the Fox 11 News at 6.
Now I want you to listen. This is their voted in council member.
My first job was a barista at Starbucks, and I understand what it was like to deal with customers that were unruly or hard to handle, and so I have so much empathy for their situation. This is why I am laser focused on ending homelessness.
You heard her? I have so much empathy for the Starbucks people that I'm going to laser focus on homelessness. Not the misery that these people are going through. Okay, not the homelessness, not the drugs, the misery, the suffering, some of the deaths, some of the things that are going on, all of the miserableness that they're causing, everything like. Starbucks has to change a little bit of their process because of these homeless people, and now she's gonna laser focus on that. Oh, homelessness has to stop. They're screwing with the Starbuckses. What? Not because these people are suffering, not because these people have problems, not any of the mental illnesses or anything. Starbucks is having trouble, so they're gonna laser focus on the homelessness now. Fuck you! Excuse me. This really made me angry. She's a brand new whatever it is, but another elected official that gives fuck all about the people that are actually suffering and going after all of this now because of fucking Starbucks. Fuck you. And everybody like you. This is what you get when you vote for blue, no matter who. They don't give two fucks about you. Okay, rant. Deep breath. Okay. It looks like I got a little bit of comedy now for you here. But again, towards the end of this is all you get when you vote for blue, no matter who. Word salad sandwiches, promises that get broken, people suffering, people dying, invasions that we didn't ask for. And I'm not talking about just on the southern border. Wars that we didn't ask for. Areas that nobody wants to go into. So again, starting with this election season, if I have to keep talking about these idiots and pointing out this stuff, that why you shouldn't be voting for these idiots continually, I mean, try them out once, but for fuck's sake, if they don't do the job, vote them out! Let me calm down. Because I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sick and tired of being lied to by these people as well. I've never heard the truth ever come out of Biden's mouth. Ever. I don't care what video I've seen, and I don't care how long ago it was. We've been lied to by that motherfucker for 50 years! Way longer than enough. Way. Kamala Harris, she's been lying to us since she's been trying to get in office. Not to mention the fact, how in the hell is she vice president when she couldn't even get 2% running for president? Vote blue, no matter who. All right. This guy's a comedian. The look on his face here. His name is Rhodia, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Rhodia Comedy. But now I don't know where this original video came from, but this came through my feeds on Facebook, so I decided to find him on YouTube. And I would venture to say that this is another blue area. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Chicago or somewhere in Chicago. Maybe St. Louis, I don't know. The guy's face.
Oh my God. Is this like a new thing now? This has got to be the 4th video people have sent me of women with massive ponytails. Is this going to be like the eyelashes? How some of you women aren't okay with just a little bit of an extension. You got to go overboard and walk around looking like Snuffleupagus. Is that what this is going to be? Now some of you women are going to walk around looking like you're starring in the Disney remake of Rapunzel. I just have so many questions with this. Like, at the end of the day, what does that ponytail smell like? Like, after she's been out all day running errands and that thing's been getting dragged through the mud, dirt, puddles, piss, dog shit. What does it smell like? And how does she wash it? Does she just go home and throw the entire ponytail in the dishwasher and stand next to it while it's running? And if she's crossing the street and I'm at a red light in my car, do I have to wait for just her to get to the other side? Or do I have to wait for her entire ponytail to catch up to her? And is there a certain time limit I have to wait? Like as long as I count to 5 Mississippi, I could run it over. And does she no longer get on elevators and escalators because it's just too much of a risk? I mean, I know she's not getting on roller coasters because God forbid that thing goes upside down, her ponytail falls out, gets stuck in one of the tracks. She's going to look like Jada Pinkett Smith. And why do it to the kid? Like if you want to walk around looking like you're dragging an anaconda, that's fine. But why do it to the kid? By the time that poor girl's 14, she's going to have a bad neck and scoliosis.
Has anybody else seen this, though? I haven't ever seen anything like that. I've seen it a couple of inches, but not to where if you went into a crowd that it would get stepped on. Or something like that. Again, has anybody else seen this? He said that that's like the 4th or 5th one that he's seen. I haven't seen anything like that. But then again, I don't go out in public that much. I try to stay home with you guys most of the time. It's too peoply out there. Okay, and then of course you got stuff like this. This is another area. These are areas where it's vote blue no matter who. This is Sacramento, California. Everything is locked up. This looks like it might be a CVS. Could be a Walmart. Although I don't know if there's any Walmarts left in these places. A lot of them have closed down already. But yeah, I was actually telling somebody the other day that it's going to come to the point where you're going to actually need a lawyer just to go get a driver's license. But the stores have already beat us to it. You got to get somebody to go get milk. Well, thank you, Tetris. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. You get one of these. Appreciate you being here. Rock Candy. Welcome, my friend. She got a mohawk hanging off of her head. Love you too, Tetris. Appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Let's see. Where were we? Okay, there's another, like I say, oh, and of course, you can't forget some of the useful idiots that probably do vote blue no matter who. This came off of I saw this on Zeducation this morning. He always gives me my funny shit, but he also gives me pertinent stuff. It's weird. It's almost like he's covering the same topic sometimes that I'm covering. Hey, Kevin, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here, enjoying the show. Laura goes back to kitchen. Yes, I'm sorry I yelled earlier, but I'm not. Like I say, what you see is what you get. Sometimes this stuff riles me up, and it just... These people are going to go to bat for these big companies rather than the people. This kind of thing, even these small people that are doing this, the smaller elected officials that are doing this kind of thing, should tell you they don't give a crap about the little guy. As long as you give them their vote, they're going to do whatever they want and then take the money from these big corporations while they're making laws that they can just do whatever they want. It's crazy. All right, like I say, don't forget the useful idiots that probably vote blue no matter who, too. This is, I don't know where this is, but... That must be the... I don't even know. There's no caption. It just says... It just says... What did it say? What did it say? Oh, today's episode of Only on the Left. Or the Blues, if you will. Actually, the comments are priceless on this. Is this the new Bud Light commercial? Must be nice to have that kind of time on your hands. Meanwhile, the rest of us are at work. Yeah, even the cops are sitting there going, today, on The View. Biden administration, somebody's got it right. When the boosters kick in. South Park's going to have a field day with this. Actually, that actually kind of sort of looked like an episode of South Park. So anyway, I started blasting. College professors on lunch break. Props to the cops for not laughing. No way I would have been able to keep a straight face. Looks like a scene out of a Raid commercial. I love the comments. Needs more institute. Yeah, parents must be so proud. Demons taunting angels. This is definitely a holy water situation. Chicago City Council, San Fran, yeah. A lot of people get it. I try to be more succinct and simple about it, though, because you can't beat around the bush and expect people to get this stuff. Especially with as much as they've dumbed people down. All right. Where am I? Oh, I'm a little faster. I'm a little ahead of myself than I thought I would be. I thought I'd get some phone calls. Of course, don't forget to share, share, share. Let's see what we're talking about on the chat here real quick. Don't hang pasta from the cabinets. Super Trucker! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Polly, you're so bad. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll talk about that too. I didn't read a whole lot about that. Again, it was interesting until they started the extremely obvious psyop about it. You can't get more extremely obvious than to lay out a brand crisp new swastika flag out on the pavement for all the reporters to take pictures of after someone tried to enter the White House via the whatever they had, the barriers or whatever like that, with a very weak U-Haul truck. And again, once they started with the narrative, I stopped listening. That's one of the... In fact, that's actually something we need to stop doing, is listening to the absolute bullshit. When it starts to get propagandist type of stuff, they stop telling you what happened and start showing you who they think it is and what their motive is before anything's even said. They just try to show it to you subtly. My ears closed, my eyes closed. This is bullshit. Okay, they paid some fool to try and do a psyop. And again, this is another example of their by any means necessary. They're even trying to fool us that this guy was white. He was a white supremacist. Give me a break. Give me a break. Actually, if that was a white guy, that would mean we have culture. Okay. Going back to my notes here. Oh yeah, the people writhing and crying. All right, so with all that I just showed you and what we're seeing, is anything at all getting done on the blue side? Other than them, besides blubbering, bloviating, belly aching, and bullying, among other things that don't start with a B, of course. Poorly. This, I was going to say, I found something, another thing on Tyler Said, which I actually couldn't find the original, so I'm just stealing it from him at the moment. You'll see him in the corner, he might say something. But this right now, when we get somebody like that coming to our doorstep on the blue side, this is what we need to do.
I like that Jeep back there. Love those Jeeps.
Hello, who is this?
My name is Richard Lee, and I'm running for city council, so I just wanted to introduce myself.
Excuse me?
My name is Richard Lee, and I'm running for city council. I just want to say hello.
Are you a Democrat?
Yeah.
Then leave.
Thank you.
Leave.
It's exactly what we need to start doing to those folks. Maybe, just maybe, they'll get it. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Doubt it, doubt it, doubt it, doubt it, doubt it. Now, I found a whole bunch of I found a guy that actually gives us some advice on what not to do when we're fighting these authorities. Okay, these are things. So whatever it is he says that don't do, you listen to him now. Okay, he knows what he's talking about.
Hi everybody, this is Todd. Welcome back to my TikTok channel. And today I want to tell you what not to do. Now first and foremost, all those cameras that are up around intersections that are watching people, do not take a slingshot with a rock and shoot them. They're glass. You'll break them and they won't work properly, so don't do it. One of the other things you should definitely not do, you should definitely not destroy any of that 15-minute city infrastructure. Don't do it. You'll get in trouble. That infrastructure is there to make sure you live in a comfortable 15-minute city. Do not destroy any of that stuff. You really shouldn't do that. Now, every single camera you see in any intersection or anywhere will actually have a little...
come on.
Work on it or fix it or whatever. Now, every one of those has a little keyhole access for the person to put the key in and turn it. Do not go to the store and get spray foam insulation and spray that into the keyhole. Don't do it.
Don't you dare.
Now, every single 5G tower that you see all over this country will have a little building right beside it. That is the building that controls all the electronic components and houses the wiring going up the tower. Now, whatever you do, do not set fire to that building. I'm going to tell you why. If you set fire to that building, the insulation inside the cable going up to the tower is highly flammable. Now, don't do it. Do not start any fire in those buildings around the 5G towers.
Come on, Odysee.
Don't do it. Now, I am personally worried that I might have inspired other Canadians to harass the CBC News if they see them on their street. Please do not harass the CBC News if you see them. Don't do it. And I'm going to tell you why. From my own personal experience, at least 1 out of every 1,000 people in my comment section is really upset that I did that. So don't do it. Do not harass the CBC if you see them in your town. Don't do it. Now, something that you should definitely not do, do not take dirty motor oil and mix it with sand and then put that into a water balloon and then throw that at any critical infrastructure regarding the 15-minute city. I'm going to tell you why. The oil and the sand will get in and absolutely destroy any of those cameras or any of that equipment that they're using to bring you into a loving, just fabulous 15-minute city. So do not do that. I'm warning you, don't do it. One of the other things you should definitely not do, you should definitely not become proficient with a firearm or a bow. You really should not take any time out of your life to be able to use a firearm properly or safely. The government does not want you knowing how to use firearms. It's for your own protection. So I highly recommend do not get out to the range and do not practice endlessly with your firearm to become absolutely an expert at using it. Do not do it. Do not learn your rights. Do not go and research your civil rights. Do not research how to deal with police. Do not research the rights that you have, because if there's one thing that the police and the criminals in our government do not want right now, it is an educated populace. So whatever you do, do not educate yourself on how to deal with criminal government. Don't do it. And lastly, to anybody who might not be laughing at this video, the one thing you really shouldn't do is poke the bear. Don't do it. Don't poke the fucking bear.
Guy knows what he's talking about. I wonder if that's Brad Allen's neighbor. Didn't realize he was in Canada, but still. Add paint to that oil. Can you do that? Will it mix up good enough? Let's see. Super Trucker says that there are South American Nazis. They are a thing. Sounds crazy, but there's a very large Nazi following in South America. Yeah, are you talking about the people that fled down there? Supposedly Hitler fled down there, and a lot of his regime fled down there when they realized they were going to be Nuremberged, I guess. That's cute, Drunken Rocky. Oh, Rocky. Once again, don't forget to check out his show after mine, and I'll mention it again on the way out. Depends on the paint. If it's vinyl-based paint, it won't emulsify. Oh, okay, gotcha. Excuse me. All right, now, I don't know for sure. This sounds like it might be a result of climate change. that we keep being bothered about, and they keep wanting to charge us more and 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 more money for, which does nothing except line their pockets and empty ours. But with this report that I just found here from Arizona, it looks like they're targeting Arizona. Check this out.
The temps, and we're all doing okay. Wow, 750 degrees in Gila Bend right now. And 1,270 in Ahwatukee. Now, I'm not authorized to evacuate Ahwatukee, but this temperature seems pretty high.
Cave Creek is really
Yeah, Cave Creek, Fountain Hills, they don't look good either. And frankly, Wickenburg is a total loss. You might as well just get out.
2,385 degrees.
60 years. Very warm. Surprise is starting to heat up as well at 1,300 degrees. So, again, the safe spots seem to be Chandler and Mesa. Scottsdale is doing okay so far. But, you know, you're sort of surrounded by some pretty intense heat. So, you know, again, I'm not your dad, but I would get out while you still can. I think steel boils at about this temperature, so Cave Creek
2,960 degrees, yeah.
Right now. So don't even bother looting up there. It's not going to be worth bringing you on into.
Everything's going to be all melted. So yeah, there's a result. That actually was just funny. I like people that can take things in stride with their business and their job and everything like that. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, man, never know though. They might be targeting Arizona for this global warming. I mean, what better of a place? It's usually in the hundreds there during the summer anyway. All right, I got a couple more funnies that I found throughout the week here. Let's see what's next. This happened a long time ago when things were still funny. They were still doing funny stuff back in the talk show days, and Billy Crystal was still a thing. God, this had to have been almost 12 years ago now, but 2016. That explains it. This was in 2016, May of 2016, before the election. I'll probably get copyright struck for that, but I don't care. That's when that was still funny. And actually, that was one of Billy Crystal's old bits from one of his from one of his shows. He used to take movie posters and do the impressions like that. Let's see. Ben Band, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here tonight. Don't forget, share. We got about 10 more minutes to go before I'm going to kick myself off and you guys go over to the Rocky show. Oh, Rocky. Let's see. This is something that'll probably get me copyright struck too, but I don't care. I grew up with these guys, and the original caption on this was my ADHD brain sometimes, and yeah. Beaker.
You're running Mac or PC? After that, I'm running away. Wait for me.
I love the Muppets. That one was pretty good. I've never seen that before, but... Oh, thank you, Ben Band. I appreciate the donation. You get one of these. I do try to end the show on something funny because I do come up with... I know I do show things that people don't really want to talk about or having trouble talking about or sometimes even having trouble seeing, but they got to be talked about. But we also got to keep our sense of humor about us with it also. I didn't get any phone calls tonight, but I guess that's all right. You guys love to hear me talk, evidently. I'm going to post the show after I'm done. I might actually take that rant and post it as my Saturday video since I haven't had time to actually make any lately. And especially since they've changed my schedule this weekend as well. So, I'm not telling anybody, but I'll see you guys probably Monday. I won't tell you what time. You just have to be listening. That's all. I'm still working on it anyway. And of course, every Thursday, I'm here every Thursday. I try to do videos. I try to keep in touch with you guys, but I do a lot of stuff away from the keyboard as well. I kind of have to. And I work away from the keyboard too. I'm a live entertainer, an actual live entertainer, so... Let's see if I missed anything. Let me check my notes. Let's see. Yep, that's all it is. And we're doing good. We're doing good. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I try real hard to get all this stuff together for you and try not to be too much of a downer. Every once in a while, I actually will get into a rant. And actually, to be honest with you, when I was thinking about that one video where she says, now that Starbucks is getting attacked, I'm going to do everything I can about homelessness. But until I actually said something out loud about it, it didn't really bother me that much. I don't know if it was what I was hearing myself talk about this, and it was like even stupider than I thought. But it also makes me angry. These even, like I say, even these smaller politicians, the city council people and the people that are in charge of the smaller areas and districts and everything like that are pushing this absolute crap. They don't care about their constituencies until it's voting time. Stop letting them lie to you. Stop letting them tell you and fake you out about, oh, if you don't vote blue, the other side's just gonna kill you, because that's not the case. In fact, it couldn't be farther from that. We want everyone to prosper. There's enough for everyone. Whether you can do it or not, whether you can, and everybody provides something. I don't care how handicapped you might be or whatever they call it now. I don't care what your problems are. Everyone is here for a reason. Everyone that's here has just as much right to be here as the next guy. Fighting against each other and fucking with each other like this gets nothing done. But if you're cool with one another, you help one another out, then things get better. That's the only way things are going to get better. And of course, after seeing all of this stuff, these people need Jesus. I'm glad he's in my life because I don't get to see a lot of this stuff in person. I'm actually wondering how much of it is actually real, but it seems like a lot of it is. These people wouldn't be getting on here and doing these things if they weren't at least vying for attention. So, but again, I've showed you what is it? At least 20 results of what blue, no matter who, gets you. And why I don't care what happens. I will never, ever. Because I used to be an independent. I would vote for whomever. I'm still an independent. But there's no redeeming any of these people, in my opinion. And these poor schmucks that follow them and vote blue no matter who, how happy are you guys? How fulfilled are you? Are these people fulfilling your every dream and everything that they've promised you in order to get you to go into the voting booths and vote for them? Or do you even know who you're voting for? Do you just vote because your friends tell you? Or because you've heard something on TikTok? Or because you've heard something on the news? Or because one of your favorite creators has told you to do something? You're in charge of this stuff, man. We're in charge of this stuff. We have to take it back. We have to take it back. Oh, yeah. Alex Stein, primetime 99 in the bathing suit, and all anybody could look at was his, well, you know, his tuck. Anybody, he made the store people uncomfortable. They're actually promoting this, and he was able to go in there and make them uncomfortable. That tells me that these people are going along to get along. Russian Bot just posted, in case somebody's wondering, Russian Bot just posted a picture of Alex Stein, primetime 99, with his bulge sticking out, or with his tuck sticking out. Not a real good, I don't know. It doesn't, put it this way, that doesn't convince me to buy it. And I don't know how many trans people would be convinced to buy it either. It doesn't seem like it tucks too well there. In fact, your eyes are kind of drawn to it. I don't know why. Okay. Let's see. Skeletor. Stein's a savage. Yeah, he is. I like his... And the thing about it is he's another one that sees the things that are going on and tries to keep the comedy in it. Keep the sense of humor in it. Because it really is sad. And a lot of it is funny. Because if you know, these are the same people that want you to think critically about this stuff. But yet, they don't give you anything critical to think about. How in the hell do you think critically about a screech? Or a, I hate you. There's no critical thinking there. There's no reason to be critical there. All right. Excuse me. That one, almost hollering like that and going into that rant almost made me lose my voice here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. That's about it for me right now. Don't forget to support all the folks that you see on the Pure Blood schedule and TV. And of course, let's see. One of our own. Oh, let's see. What is this? One of our own is very sick. Oops. Is it on the bottom? Let me go to the on-air guide. Let's see. Is it on the bottom of that? Okay. One of our own. I didn't see this before. And this sounds important. One of our own is very sick and in financial trouble. Ah! Why does it keep blobbing like that? Where's it go? Where'd it go? Come back. Come back. Still doing Sergeant Daniel Perry's defense fund. Advertise on Pure Blood Network. Come on. All right. Oh, Emma's memes. Okay. Bad liver. Transplant. Oh, she needs a liver transplant. Oh, my goodness. Living donor's option is, I have decided not to do it because it takes 60% of the liver. Could kill the donor. Oh, my goodness. Doctor bills are overwhelmingly expensive. Yes, indeed. That is expensive. Wow. Okay. Yes, so please, Emma's memes. This is a person that, as far as I know, and it's a GoFundMe, this is a person that, as far as I know, actually is the... she teaches everybody how to do better memes. She's got the school on Element, I believe it is, or one of those things. So yeah, please make sure you take care of her. Just go to the pureblood.tv, I believe it is, pureblood.tv, and the donation place, all of the things for donations and support and everything like that will be on that page. 2 years old, 45 minutes away from where he lived, and oh my goodness. Oh, you're talking about, oh, now they're going, you got Jeffrey Dahmer. That's cute. That's cute. Rock Candy. Did Emma's memes help you with that one? But yeah, please. She's one of the ones that is one of our warriors. She helps us with the memes, with the meme cannons, and being able to make fun of all of this stuff and keep our sense of humor about what's actually going on, and tell people that it's not right in a comical way, which is good. In fact, I see people like Dave Chappelle and Roseanne Barr and all these comedians getting more shit than I do any of the politicians, if that tells you anything. Do your research. There are Nazis in Guatemala and Argentina. Wow. Still, huh? Because, I mean, that's some 1940s shit right there. All right. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky show on Odysee as soon as I sign off here. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to cover. You can email me. My email's down there. Please make sure it's not something that gets me kicked off of YouTube, but again, I don't care. In fact, the faster I get kicked off of YouTube, the faster I can go to pill.net. I actually was able to put the better RAM in my computer, but I have not had time to put in the new, the new video card and configure it all up and everything like that. And of course, I've been working so much on the computer and away from the computer, I don't have time sometimes to work on the computer. But I'll get there. All right. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the comments. I can't say thanks for the calls because I didn't get any today. But it's still there for you every Thursday night. Don't forget to send me your clips and commercials for mine or your shows. I'm still looking for those. I'd like to incorporate those in the show. God bless you. God bless America. And as always, I wish you peace, health, music, and love. Always. Especially the love of Jesus Christ. And until next time, AMF.